I'm hosting an event, y'all, and I bestowed upon myself the best duty for the event. Yep, that's right. Making my world famous lemonade. For every 1 quart water, it's 2 parts sugars. Don't go telling nobody my secret, right? Even got my utensils ready. I brought my favorite utensils. Yeah, this is my favorite. But just in case something goes wrong, got this one as a backup. I don't like the way it really stirs and, you know, it's got the holes in it and whatnot. Some people might say get the job done, but, you know, I want to use this one. But I got one problem. It's toxic. I'm not going to be just serving myself. I'm going to be serving all the people at this event. So if I'm stirring up my lemonade with this spoon here, not only am I getting sick, but I'm sickening everybody who drinks from that lemonade. So I got a question. Why do we do that with people in our lives, situations that we know are toxic? Just because they're the label that's on that person, individual, situation, some of the history, but they're toxic, and we keep on poisoning ourselves. And sometimes it even leads to poisoning the other ones around us. I'm thinking about your children, your kids, all this venom that you're pouring out and everything. But you know how I just tossed these 2 utensils down there, side to side? I don't even want them to get mixed up. I want to do it the appropriate way. I don't want to be sitting on the table, everywhere this is touching and sitting, it's contaminating stuff. So I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to go ahead, put this on up off of here, get it up out of here so I can get on back to business. Yeah, I know. This was my second favorite. What my first choice. But you know what? It'll get the job done. And what I see in these 2 utensils is just like how we are off in life. Not perfect. Sometimes we're working with what we have. It's not about being perfect. It's about being the best that you can be. And remember, like I said in my other videos, not only you being the best you, but whenever you're being the best you, you're being the best you for the people that's around you. I'm going to share 2 stories. One was an event that was happening for me. One particular person showed up at this event. Now, let the truth be told, this person, it concerns me anytime they're around other people. And the reason why it concerns me, I don't like to see conflict and just stuff going all awry, right? So at the event, this was an event, I'll just say it was an event that we were throwing. I'm trying to keep this kind of vague, right? It was an event that we had going on. So I'm sitting up here and I'm like, okay, even though this person is here, this appears to be okay. This is cool. You can rest easy, I am. But I was wrong. I was wrong. Because after the event, the person proceeds to tell me this, that, and the third about how they were feeling at this person, what was going on up with this. I got an earful, right? Event number 2, holding it. I'm feeling uneasy. Let's just say on that first event, I was a little caught off guard. I'll leave it at that. But with the second event, I knew what was going down. I'm like, man, you hate to discount people, leave them out, but you want everybody to be able to enjoy themselves. You want this to be enjoyable. I don't know what I'm digging around for words for. You want it to be enjoyable, right? Held the event. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was uneasy. I was uneasy all the way leading up to the point. I'm just like, man, because just having conflict and just foolishness with the conflict. And with this person, they deal with somebody long enough, it's gonna be a problem. I'll just say that. They have plenty of problems with plenty of people. They show up and show out. Now, wait a minute. Me saying that they show up and show out, I don't want to take it that far. Reason why I don't want to take it that far because it's just like, oh, you're inviting, turmoil up off to it. So I don't want to say that, but I'm just going to say this person, they have a way. if you catch them on a good day, you really caught them on a good day, like any of us, right? But if it's something bad or something underlining, it can go sour real quick. And they're not going to use the best discernment and trying to be dismissive because they are combative. So that's how I want to dress it up, okay? So going into this second event, like I said, I was uneasy with it. Like, man. But my loving wife, because of who she is and how she likes to handle things, and like I told you, very loving heart. Just like my daughter. Two best heart conditions out of anybody that I know are them two, right? Did the event. I'm sitting here in my head. I'm on pins and needles because I'm just like, you know, I don't do these things. This is my wife's forte. So I'm just like, okay, it appears to be going all right. People, they appear to be having a good time. This is awesome, right? Wrong. No sooner than I cleared out all of that mess up in my head, I'm just like, okay. I was approached with the incident where this person was making somebody uncomfortable and it was just going left. And like I said, forget the reasoning, because with this person, it's always a reason. And to cut to the chase, it came down to the point where we were having future events. We were like, you know what? I was like, you know what? You're just not getting the invite. You're toxic. You're just like that spoon that I was showing at the beginning of the video. You get the stir. Not only you gonna make me sick, you make everybody else sick up around. You're sickening. You're sickening. You leave people on edge. You leave people thinking about what's going to occur. Like, how did that go? And it's so funny when you talk to other people that deal with this person, they're just like, you know, I was left wondering, how did that go from 0 to 6? What happened? It's like, man, don't worry about it. This person reacts like this with everybody. Nobody's excluded up from this. And as I sat back and I thought about interaction after interaction, no matter how innocent the situation may be, and like I've stated in older videos, I've actually referred back to this person, and you're like, you know what? I just won't say nothing. I won't say anything. But then I had to ask myself, just like I've explored throughout these videos, hey man, is this right to you? You're leaving, you're uncomfortable, you got all this pent up off in here. This is not cool. This is not cool. Even when you're just trying to, this is not cool. This is where those other videos that come from when I'm talking about, oh, I just want to be a good person. I want to go over here. I want to do X, Y, Z. I want to do this and that and the other for that person. And the whole time, where's my spoon at? You dealing with somebody, taking out my trash bag here. You dealing with this the whole time. And you trying to stir up. And you're just like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I won't use the whole spoon. Maybe I'll just use the edge. Maybe I'll just use the edge and just stir up a little bit. Maybe you still trying to flip it and work it instead of putting it down and going ahead and moving on to the next thing. So you're not getting sick and making other people sick. Because that's ultimately what it comes down to. And it's serious. It's just as serious, even though I know I used humor at the beginning of this video, just as serious with actually being physically ill, sick, perhaps causing you not to be here any longer. Same thing when you're dealing with toxic people. Same thing. Same thing. Why are you still picking up playing with it? I thought it was worth taking time out to discuss just how potent this toxicity could be. When you're talking about toxic, what do you care on how toxic it is on the level of a... You got what I'm saying? On the meter, when you're trying to rate how toxic it is, what difference does it make if it's 1 or 10 is toxic? Are you still going to ingest it? Are you still going to use it? You still going to try to find some sort of use for it? Do you see hospitals doing that? Last point before I close out this video. Sometimes you'll hear me refer to me not necessarily liking sayings and what have you, because sometimes we can come across sayings and posts that people post, and it can really sound enlightening for however they came up with their, 1 or 2 sentence deals. Like, oh yeah, that sounds really practical. I've even posted things, but I'm really coming from a way that you can exercise and apply this off in life. But we come across things that are really catchy, and they can just come and go. You read it, man, I want to apply that. And then you forget it and you move on. And sometimes you see things so much that they can become redundant, and then they just lose that impact as it originally did. And where I'm headed at with this, I'm talking about with the amount of times that we hear toxic people. Stay away from toxic people, toxic situations. People post memes, people post videos. I posted, I'm not going to say a ton of videos, but I'm sure I got more than my share of videos talking about toxic individuals and situations, what they do to you. Just like, yeah, toxic, it's bad. But we go right back. Where's my doggone spoon? We go right back to picking up this. We read, we take in all those videos, we try to process this, and we go and pick right back up this spoon. Knowing you got this up off in the background. You got this to be able to rely on. Or anything else. Even if I was stirring it with a spatula, anything besides this, because this is harmful. What's so hard about getting that through your head? And that's what I'm talking about no matter how many videos and posts that we come across, and we still go back doing that. Yeah, I know that we're imperfect, but you're going to deal with situations and stuff with people. But when you get on that level of toxicity, you on a whole new level. And guess what? I ain't worried about whether you done figured it out or not. I'm going to keep on checking to see if this person's still toxic. No. I'm not even paying attention to you. Because if I deemed you toxic, I'm not going to say you got to move on. One of us are going to move on. Either you got to go on up on your way, or I'm going to turn my back and I'm going to go on ahead this way. Like I said, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking for that spoon over there. Whether it's a family member, friend, co-worker, relationship. No, there's nothing in it for me. I don't want to be contaminated. But that's my 2 cents on it. You can do whatever you want to do. End the video. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. My name is Ayn. Y'all have a good one.